Yes.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Easy English by Eddie Singh, and today we are going to discuss various board questions from literature in order to revise the lessons so as to get a confidence for the board exam that is on 23rd. Children who are appearing in CBSE board exams class 10 might have read the text, but this kind of assignment will boost their confidence. Aryan, you may start asking questions. We will discuss the answers. In between, I will ask you also some of the questions. Okay, Aryan, ask.
Circumstances proved propitious. What does the word propitious mean?
Propitious means favorable. This line has been taken from the lesson Mrs. Packletide's Tiger. Propitious means favorable. What is the meaning of propitious?
Favorable.
Listen, Ritik, propitious means favorable. Actually, Lausa, the paid companion of Mrs. Packletide, spoke this line when the villagers were ready. Villagers were ready to help Mrs. Packletide. Actually, the narrator wants to say that everything was in favor of Mrs. Packletide. Ask, sir, how? The villagers were ready to work for Mrs. Packletide just with the prospect of earning 1,000 rupees. She was also, given a paid companion, Lausa Mebin, who was 24 hours with Mrs. Packletide to help her shoot the tiger. Third, a goat was arranged for attracting the attention of the tiger. Villagers or village children were posted at the outskirts of the city to drive the animal into the village at the place which was marked as a hunting place. So all the preparations were made by the villagers. Next question, please.
So how did the circumstances prove propitious?
Yeah, the circumstances proved favorable for Mrs. Packletide because all the villagers, they were greedy of earning money. So the prospect of earning 1,000 rupees made them agreed to help her constructing the platform at a height from the ground on a tree, arranging for the goat, deputing the children at the outskirts of the city, and making all the arrangements for Mrs. Packletide. And a tiger was also spotted there in the village, which used to come to hunt small animals. So all the situations were favorable for Mrs. Packletide. Yeah.
So what kind of tiger was chosen for the purpose?
Yeah, listen now. An old tiger was chosen for the purpose because the tiger often came to the village to hunt goats. Now, it was not as strong as ever. It was just old one. The tiger was old one. So it happened to visit the village, and therefore they chose an old tiger for hunting. Next question.
What qualities of Nicola and Jacopo made the narrator call them two gentlemen?
Yeah, actually, this is a very good question. Listen, this could be asked in examination. Nicola and Jacopo were hardworking. Very first thing, they were honest, hardworking, devoted to their purpose. They knew it very well that they had no support, so they worked day and night, selling wild strawberries, polishing shoes, hawking newspapers, and conducting tours. Am I right? They did all these things to earn a considerable amount of money and save a lot. Ask why?
Was
Just to help their sister, elder sister Lucia, who was suffering from tuberculosis of the spine. Always remember, Ritik, this is important. Ritik, say like that. The two children, Nicola and Jacopo, were hardworking, devoted, and were honest. They were concerned about the welfare of their elder sister. They had not only admitted her at the hospital, they also made sure that they should earn some amount and pay the medical expenses of their elder sister Lucia every week. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Next question, please.
So why did Mrs. Packletide decide to give a party in Luna Bimberton's honor?
Actually, Mrs. Packletide was jealous of Luna Bimberton's achievement. She had flown in an Algerian airplane for 11 miles, piloted by an Algerian pilot. She wanted to outshine the glory and prosperity of Luna Bimberton just by shooting a tiger. She wanted to do something more wonderful. She wanted to do something more surprising. She wanted to do something more unknowledgeable. She wanted to do something which was beyond the capability of the woman. She wanted to shoot the tiger just to outshine the glory of Mrs. Packleton, to outshine the glory of Luna Bimberton. Am I right? And that's the reason, select that. And that's the reason that she wanted to give a party. And in that party, she wanted to present a real tiger skin bruise to Miss Luna Bimberton, just to show that she is capable of doing something more wonderful and more difficult than Luna had done. And that is the reason why she arranged a party at her house and just wanted to show Luna Bimberton that she had done more wonderful feats than her. Go ahead.
So who was Ali? Where did he go daily?
Yeah, Ali was, coachman. He was an old gentleman who suffered the pain of separation of his daughter Miriam. His only daughter Miriam got married. Who got married?
So Miriam.
Miriam. And after she got married, she became just lonely. He was just alone. And in his life, there was no other purpose other than waiting for the letter of his daughter Miriam. So while he wanted to get information from his daughter, he visited the post office every day in the hope of receiving a letter from Miriam. But quite ironically, in his life, he never got any information, any letter. Letter came only after his death. So every day he visited the post office. That was his regular duty. Though he never received any letter, yet he never stopped going to the post office. He had been going to the post office for the last 5 years. For how many years?
5 years.
Earlier he was a good hunter, but after Miriam got married, he changed his profession. He became admirer of cornfield. He became admirer of fishermen, and his only friends were fishermen and farmers. Fishermen and farmers. Next question, please.
So what did the creatures of the bog do in order to stop the frog from singing?
Yeah, the creatures of the bog, they were fed up. They complained against his cacophony. They disliked him. They beat him with bricks and sticks. Listen now.
Yes,
They beat him with the bricks and sticks. They didn't like his, cacophony. They complained. They hated his ugly voice. But the frog was not at all concerned about their like and dislike. He went on blaring his cacophony right from early evening to early morning. So they were completely fed up. They even beat him with bricks and sticks. Oh, what a hellish thing they did. Yet the frog did not stop singing. He went on blaring his cacophony. Yeah.
So both the boys, Nicola and Jacopo, were so much self-respecting and careful that they could not make their family troubles public. They couldn't even think of asking for favors or revealing their family secrets to any outsider. Give 3 examples to justify this statement.
Yeah. See now, the two children, Nicola and Jacopo, were having self-respect. They didn't want to lose their dignity. Ask Prashant how. When the narrator asked them, why are you earning so much of money? When you are earning so much of money, are you planning to go to United States? They didn't reveal the plan. They said that, well, we would very much like to go to the States, sir, but we have some other plans. They didn't reveal about that plan. Secondly, they never begged before anybody. They worked hard by hawking newspaper, by selling fruits, by polishing shoes, by conducting tours, but they never begged before anybody. They didn't want, to take undue advantage from anybody. That is the reason why they never wanted, Nicola never wanted that he should ask somebody for favor. He just said that, sir, we would rather walk. आगे के भैया है वो जो नहीं सेक्टर 4 में रहते हैं, मालती जी, हाँ ये सिम कंटिन्यूएशन आज बहुत अच्छा ना, मालती जी का भी आवाज आ जाएगा.
So the powerful rhyme is immortal but
कहिएगा इंग्लिश पढ़ेगा. हाँ yes.
So the powerful rhyme is immortal but not marble nor the gilded monuments.
Yes.
Justify the statement and also the title of the poem.
Yeah, this is the line. These are the lines taken from the poem "Not Marble Nor the Gilded Monument" written by William Shakespeare. This sonnet highlights the fact that poetry immortalizes our love. It is not the monument or the statue or any architectural design that can perpetuate our love. Our love and admiration for anybody can be perpetuated by writing something about that very beloved person. A person who writes poem, the poem cannot be destroyed either by war or by any other forces. Aryan, yes. You can't destroy the poem by forces of destruction. Am I right? Even the sluggish time cannot destroy the poem. On the contrary, all monuments and all the statues come under the ravages of time. the time and the forces of war destroy all other, architectural designs. But poetry will never be destroyed. It can be carried from generation to generation, even the coming generation. It can be, kept in memory of the coming generation, because the coming generation will read out the love and admiration of the poet through the poem, so it is the poetry that immortalizes our love. This is the sonnet written by William Shakespeare, and the theme of this poem is poetry immortalizes our love. Poetry immortalizes our love. Yes.
That day he could not contain his impatience.
Yes.
Who is he?
He is Coachman Ali. Yeah.
Why was he impatient?
He became impatient because he knew it very well that it was his last day at the post office. After that, he won't be able to come because he will not be alive. He will not be. So he lost his patience. He wanted that his daughter's name, Miriam, should be registered in the post office, so that when he dies, the letter of Miriam would reach his graveyard. Actually, that was his last, hope, that even he didn't get a letter in his lifetime, the letter should reach his graveyard after his death. And that is the reason why he wanted to get Miriam's, address registered. But the postmaster was not listening and he didn't understand his feelings. That is the reason why he became impatient and started, shouting. He started shouting and behaving that way.
Why he couldn't control his patience?
Yeah, because he knew it very well that it was probably the last day at the post office, and he was very sick. He won't be ever alive. He will die very soon, and he will not be able to come to the post office to receive the letter of his daughter. Having been, impatient of not getting any letter information for the last 5 years, he lost his control and impatient. And the behavior of the postmaster was also responsible for his impatience, because you are not ready to listen to his plea. You are not ready to listen to his plea. Listen to his plea. And the last question, please.
What message does the two gentlemen of Verona give?
Yeah, the story, the two gentlemen of Verona, gives us the message that even the small children like Nicola and Jacopo could be an inspiration for the people of the society. However small they were, they played the role of a guardian. Even if they were younger in age, they had a greater understanding, self-respect and understanding. They understood their responsibility towards their elder sister. Am I right? They understood their responsibility for their elder sister. And that is the reason why they worked hard. They worked hard. किसका था बाबू?